everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound. Today we've got the sound system demo on the 2023 Nissan Ariya and its base 6-speaker audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, and controls. Then we're going to look at speaker locations and then head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And I recommend listening with headphones so you can hear exactly what I hear in the driver's seat. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Entirely new model for Nissan, their second full electric, the Ariya. This thing has a lot to offer and it's grown on me throughout the week we've had it. I like the fun looks. The driving experience is a little different than anything else on the market, but that's not to say it's a bad thing. And it's been remarkably efficient on our highway fuel economy test. We got just about the EPA's rated mixed driving range even at highway speeds, so pretty darn impressive. If you do want to see more on the car, check the link in the description. We've got that test as well as a good old DM review, and I might shoot a members only sound test on this as well. Check the link for all those. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed wave files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. A little bit of a newer infotainment system here. Haven't seen one like this from Nissan yet. On this left panel, you've got some hotkeys. Let's go to Media, and then up here for sound settings. Got sound right there. Bass, mid-range, and treble. Let's go through those. As you can hear, some pretty dramatic adjustments there, especially for the middle. Below that, you've got a bass enhancer. Let's turn that on and off. That's doing exactly what it sounds like. It's just boosting the bass coming from sort of those door woofers behind us. Nothing too special. And then a speed-sensitive volume, so as you get going faster down the road, the music volume will lift. And that's all you've got for audio adjustments. For audio controls in the Ariya, you have a nice volume knob right here in the center. It's easy to reach for both the driver and passenger. Pretty decent clicks as well, nice size. You also have volume clicking on the left side of the wheel. For track selection, this is kind of unique. You have a little track selector physically right to the right of the volume knob. You go down for the previous track and up for the next one. I like that they snuck that in there. And then you've got track on the left side of the wheel here as well. And you can technically use the touchscreen if you're in the proper menu. For audio inputs, you have your standard AM/FM Sirius XM satellite radio. Not super common to see AM in an electric vehicle or Sirius XM in more of a base model like this. You've got Bluetooth streaming, USB-A and USB-C data ports down there. I like to see that. And you do have this apps screen, but it doesn't look like we have any downloaded apps right now. So I'm sure Nissan in the future could add some sort of streaming service in there. Let's get back to our USB. What does that mean? Oh, I should also point out, you've got support for wireless and wired Apple CarPlay, but only wired Android Auto, so something to keep in mind. What does that mean you're missing? Well, there's no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack. Like I said, no streaming services built in necessarily at the moment, and no wireless Android Auto support. Speaker locations. As I said, this is just the base 6-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got a door, kind of mid-range wooferish right there, 1, tweeter 2, 3, 4 on the other side, and then in the back, same door speakers there, 5 and 6. The upgraded Bose system would have 10 speakers, probably filling in these grills for mid-rangers, a subwoofer, and then maybe a center as well. All right, we're gonna get this stuff put away and head out on the road. real downside that I could come up with for this system, and the semi-truck is speeding so much, it's really making this traffic situation difficult to deal with. But the only downside is the lack of low end in this system. It's doing its best with the door woofers and everything, but it's missing that powerful element and aspect to the music. But other than that, I'm actually really happy with the imaging, the soundstage in here. It's not representative of what perhaps a true audiophile would want, looking for a very front-facing soundstage, almost like a soundbar coming at you. But I actually kind of like how it almost sounds like wearing headphones. The stereo effect is very well dialed in on the driver's seat here. And I've been really happy listening to a lot of my different types of music. And listening to this track is a good test because the fact that I can have it up pretty loud and things aren't getting harsh in my ears and there's no sort of distortion, the power level and the abilities of these speakers is pretty impressive for a bass system. Okay, calm down. I'm clearly not on the line. Speaking of power, for this next track, we are going to turn the bass all the way up, and we'll just see what we get. Okay. See, that's not bad. I'm actually, there is some distortion there, but I'm getting a little bit of mirror shakage and I'm hearing a presence from around the vehicle. It's not just flopping the door speakers here, so I'm pretty happy with that. Wrapping up my thoughts on the unbranded audio system here in the Nissan Ariya. Whoever tuned this system deserves kudos, they really do, because oftentimes unbranded systems are kind of written off. Everyone's like, all right, well, if you actually care about audio, pony up and get the Bose or the Harman or whatever's offered in a car. I would be perfectly happy listening to this system. I mean, yeah, this is a $50-some thousand car, so it should be pretty good. And I'm not saying that it's wildly impressive for the price point, but I'm just saying you can avoid getting the Bose system, which I haven't heard. I'm sure it's better. It probably fills in that bass element that I'm lacking in this one. But The imaging on this system is really darn good. I like the way that they place the speakers and how everything sounds, and I've been totally happy listening with my music here. So I'm gonna slide it in just into a B rating. It's a lower B, but it's a B nonetheless, which means I am enjoying listening to my music more than I would on just a flat average system. So that's pretty good for this car, I would say. I should also point out that EVs do have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to sound quality because they're so much quieter, especially one like this. Very nice sound isolation cruising up the highway, so your music's going to sound better by default at highway speeds. But either way, thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Ariya, check the link in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.